But what equipment do I need to start a podcast? That's generally one of the very first questions I hear from people who are just starting to get into podcasting. They're wondering, what do they need? And that can be something that paralyzes them. So in this video, we're going to dive into which microphone should you use as a new podcaster. So what microphone do you need to use? This is a question that seems to paralyze way too many people. And so we want to get this out of the way, get this taken care of, so you can move forward, you can start podcasting, you can start creating content, you can start building that audience and growing your business. There's no need for this to be a hang up for you. So in this podcast episode, what am I going to do is actually show you a video from my Podcasting for Profits course that really gives you 5 different options for microphones, from a free, not so great option, all the way up to the full premium studio microphone, the Heil PR40, that I want to walk you through and show you a little example of what each sounds like so you can hear the difference in them. So let's jump on over to that video right now. In this section of the course, we're going to talk all about the gear that you need in order to produce a high quality podcast for your audience that's really going to help you grow your business. So we're going to walk you through some of the major points, starting with this very first one on the microphone that you need. So I'm going to walk you through a set of 5 different microphones and talk to you about the pluses and minuses of each microphone and let you actually hear the audio quality of that microphone. And they're all going to be at different price points. Some from very cheap to almost no cost, others to around the $60, $80 range, all the way up to almost $700. And this is going to give you an idea of where you should start out in your podcasting journey in terms of selecting the right microphone. First off, your iPhone headphones. There's a nice little mic here, and you can just plug it in to your iPhone and have the little recorder going. And this is the very basic, but as you can tell, the sound quality really isn't that good. And I'm doing the best I can to actually make this the highest possible sound from these iPhone headphones, but it's still not great. But if you don't have a mic and don't have a budget, this will get you started. Use this to at least get moving in the right direction, because you can always upgrade your microphones later on. And right now is when you can, as you're starting out, is when you can really get away with this. But audio quality is going to matter here very soon in the future. It's starting to matter more and more each day as new people come into podcasting. So you're going to want to look for as soon as you can to upgrade to one of these next options. And next we have the Roland digital audio recorder. This is actually the R-05, and this is what I use to record all of the podcasts that I'm on. I actually use it as just a straight digital audio recorder, so it records the audio coming through my microphone and then into the mixer and into the digital audio recorder rather than recording on the computer or something like that. But you can also use the Roland as a field recorder. So right now we are recording through the mics up here, and you can see the volume kind of in there, bouncing up and down. So this is a great field recorder. The one caution I would have against this recorder is that it is going to pick up more background noise. So it's great when you're out in the field at a conference and want to set the tone, or if you're taking a walk through the woods and want to hear the birds chirping, or if you go to some trade show or some conference and want to hear a little bit of people in the background. This is a great little device because it really sets the mood. You can realize what the environment is around you. Right now I'm actually in my office, so you're not going to actually hear too much in terms of background noise, but you might notice a little bit of difference. So again, the Roland is a great if you're looking for a fairly cheap way to take a portable device with you, nice and small, easily fits in your pocket. So check out the Roland. And next we have the Rode SmartLav. This is actually great if you are doing video recordings because it can just pin right on your shirt. You get to be hands-free. You don't have to stay in one spot or be stationed in front of your Heil or anything like that. You get to actually move around. It's a great little recorder if you are doing a lot of video or on the road very often, because it folds up nice and easy and just plugs right into your iPhone, and you can use the little Rode app and actually start recording that way. Honestly, this is the way I am recording the audio for most of the videos in this course, is actually just using the Rode SmartLav. So I do recommend it, and the price is around $80 $75, $80 I imagine right now on Amazon. So you can go check that out and actually get a great little recorder for videos at a very cheap price. And next we have the ATR 2100. This microphone is my recommended starting microphone for anybody who's looking to go into audio podcasting. I highly recommend that you get this microphone, and it's a great deal at right around $60 to $80, somewhere around there. You can find it for on Amazon. And it gives you a really great sound quality. You're going to have about a 7 out of 10 sound quality, and that's really good for that price point. And what I also like about it is that it has both a USB and an XLR plug-in on the bottom. So you can start out using just straight plugging into your computer and recording that way. And then you can actually grow into using a mixer where you're going to get a little bit better sound quality by using that XLR cable. And you can start, mix minusing and recording off of your computer into a digital audio recorder. A lot of things that we'll talk about later on in this course. But this microphone allows you to grow in terms of your technical and your equipment in podcasting. And it's a dynamic microphone, so that means it's going to pick up less background noise. It's not going to have as much background noise as a condenser microphone will. So I really like that. And again, if you're looking to just get started, I highly recommend this microphone. I also recommend you do get a boom arm for it. Right here, I'm using the Heil boom arm, and actually just put the little the microphone holder, just attach that to the Heil boom arm, and it allows you to do hands-free podcasting. So you can look at notes, you can, move the mouse around, type comments, and basically just talk with your hands, get that microphone in that perfect position. Otherwise, obviously, you can hold the microphone, and that's a great way if you are podcasting on the road. So check out the ATR 2100. And lastly, we have the Heil PR40, and this really is the mic that you should get if you want the highest possible sound quality. It's the one many professional podcasters use, and it gives that nice, big, bold, rich sound. You're definitely going to want to go with the Heil, and it's actually at a fairly reasonable price. The Heil is a XLR microphone, so you're going to need a mixer as well, but you can get the mic, the shock mount, the pop filter, and the boom arm all for right around $650, $700, which is actually a pretty good deal when you start to think about in terms of the quality of your sound. And like I said, sound quality is going to become more and more important in the podcasting world. It just is. As more people enter podcasting, the quality of your audio will make a difference. So if you can, I highly suggest you get the Heil PR40. Again, that's the top level. You don't need it to get started, and don't let equipment hold you back, but check out the Heil PR40, and it's going to give you the best sound. And now, so you can really hear the difference between the different microphones, I want to just quickly cycle through them all. Your iPhone headphones. The Roland digital audio recorder. The Rode SmartLav smartphone lavalier. The ATR 2100 USB XLR microphone. And the Heil PR40. Okay, so now you had a chance to hear all these different microphones side by side, and now it's up to you to actually decide which microphone is right for you and which one you're going to get started with. And remember, just because you start somewhere doesn't mean that's where you're going to end up. Doesn't mean you have to stick with that microphone the entire time. If you don't have a budget, go with something like the ATR 2100. But that's very insignificant in terms of the actual cost of it compared to the Heil PR40. But eventually work on growing into that Heil PR40. So your real action item for this video is going to be to first determine which microphone is going to work best for you right now. Where are you at right now? Select which one's going to be perfect for you at this time. And then go and get that microphone. Order it on Amazon, whatever you need to do, go get it. And then I want you to really practice with it. Even if you're not ready to start recording your podcast episodes yet, pick a question that you've gotten from an audience member, from someone on your list, and just simply talk about that in the microphone. Get used to actually using your microphones so that you're ready. The microphone does take a little time to get used to, but start practicing with it so you're able to rock and roll as soon as you're ready to record that very first episode of your podcast. Hopefully this answers that long-awaited question of which microphone you should use. Simply pick one and start moving forward. You can always upgrade later, and audio quality is going to matter more and more as podcasting matures and continues to grow and become more and more popular as more podcasters enter the space. The quality in general of the audio sound of a podcast is going to become a bigger deal. So you're going to need to start thinking about it. But ultimately, what I want you to do is pick where you are, wherever that may be. Maybe you need to use the free option. That's fine. But start producing that content. That is the key. Content is still king. You need to have that value. You need to have that information that you're giving out to people in order to grow your business, in order to grow your audience. So pick a microphone and get going. But now if you're ready to figure out what those next steps are, I simply want you to pull out your phone and text podcast blueprint to 33444. That's podcast blueprint. That's all one word to 33444. And I'm going to send you my podcasting blueprint that walks you through all of the next steps of podcasting, what you need to really get going and really get started with a podcast. And that's also where you're going to be able to find out more information about the Podcasting for Profits course, which you just saw a brief little example of what one of the videos in that course looks like. If you want more information about the Podcasting for Profits course, simply go to yourpodcastguru.com/podcastforprofits, and you'll be able to find more information there about the course. And this week's review shout out goes out to Tanner Dooning with a review that says, "This is the new moneymaker in the information age. Podcasting is an amazing tool. Thank you so much, Nick, for creating this. It is really helping me see that podcasting is an absolute must." And Tanner, thank you so much for your review. If you would, send an email to me and my team at nick@yourpodcastguru.com and with your address and your t-shirt size, and I will send one of these cool Power of Podcasting t-shirts over to you wherever you are. And if you would like your chance to win this t-shirt or to win your very own t-shirt, simply go and leave a review for either the audio or the video podcast, and we'll be selecting one winner each week, and I'll give you a little shout out on the show as well as send you over that t-shirt. And lastly, before we wrap up, if you want to find out more information about the power of podcasting, see the show notes, see some of the past episodes, simply go to thepowerofpodcasting.tv and you'll find everything there. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode, and now it's time for you really to go out there, choose your microphone, and to start maximizing both your impact and your income.